We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto district of Seattle. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
So out come the Rams now for their first possession.
Led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
First run now for Kyron Williams.
And room to run as he's out past the 35-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
They run it again with Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. And this one complete to Smith. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 46-yard line. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 34-yard line.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so, pick up a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. In motion goes the tight end. Back to throw, Stafford. That's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles, knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy. but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Rams, first down. First and goal, Los Angeles.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Kyron Williams, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Rams get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Well, just about an ideal start to this one offensively, because on the road, you want to make sure you quiet the home crowd early. And how do they do it? Nice march to start things off. Let the run game find its footing early. That drive certainly checked a lot of boxes, and they finished it off with a touchdown run.
Extra point forthcoming.
For the extra point.
It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead.
Next to score, Rams 7.
So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And it was capped off by the Kyron Williams touchdown run. Kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a Southern California kid. Played his college ball in L.A. at USC. At quarterback, it's Sam Darnold. Looking to put a drive together. To throw is Darnold. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
That's good for the Seahawks. First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Back to throw, Darnold. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. As it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Now Darnold keeps it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much. much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it. Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here's Darnold. This one goes underneath to Walker.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle on the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now it's Darnold. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
One advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Darnold a sneak. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. The play fake, and it's Darnold. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Puna Ford, the one that gets on to drop him.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fake.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Darnold now to throw. Open man is Barner, the tight end. So he stopped for no gain. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 4.
14.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Byron Young, the one who got in and finished that play off. So now make that a 2nd sack for them on this drive.
And Brandon, we hear it every week when we go out to do a game. Everyone talks about playing complementary football. Their offense goes down and scores. They see that, and they want to back them up, and that they did, getting 2 sacks on this first drive.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. Myers' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A shotgun snap for Stafford.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Stafford.
Pass complete there to Nakua.
And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed.
Taken from just outside the 30. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here now, a 3rd down and 8. Now Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Well, I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Xavier Smith deep for L.A. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. L.A. set to take over again on offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10
at their own 20-yard line.
He'll look to Williams to begin things. Across midfield. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. 67 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Nothing fancy there, a little smash-mouth football right up the gut on the dive, and it turns into a huge play.
You talk about the fastest way to the secondary. Right up the gut as you described, and sprinted into the secondary for a long, long run.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34.
Motion left, Smith.
Play action, Stafford.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big play that time on the catch and run. 32 yards.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Now receiver in motion left.
They'll fake the jet sweep and instead give up the middle to Williams.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Stafford now to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack, and it's 3rd and goal now.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack, but he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A bad 3rd down mistake there.
Points were already on the board in their mind. And that's the worst part about it, right? Because it's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case, you know they thought, hey, at least 3, maybe even a chance to get 6. It's a little bit demoralizing going off the field now that you've turned it over and you come up empty.
Yeah, if he holds on to that, at least the field goal on 4th down. Now they lose it. Looking to put a drive together. So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold.
Smith and Jigba with the grab.
2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 2nd down.
19-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a hold.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Darnold. And that is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Now, last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So, in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Stafford. It's caught here by Adams. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
on the sneak, it's Stafford.
And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on third down, usually you think fourth down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on third. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner, and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
81 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 4.
Stafford.
He'll drop this down to Williams.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it a gain of a yard. And now it's 3rd and 4.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now it's Stafford.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Decision made for Sean McVay. They're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th. Stafford.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
11 more on that one and another first down.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Throwing is Stafford. That is caught at the 7. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Kyron Williams.
With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Rams are able to widen their advantage. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was capped off by the Kyron Williams touchdown run. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Looking to put a drive together. Back to throw, Darnold. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Walker. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now a 2nd and 2. To throw is Darnold. Smith and Jigbo hauling it in on the out route. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
That is caught. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. It's the first catch of the game for Kupp, and he's got a 1st down.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline. Great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the 1st down.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second and 10. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Darnold. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
And the Seahawks, first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Off of play action, Darnold. Open man left side, Shaheed has it.
Out of bounds at the 40-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up second and 9.
Second and 9. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
First down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Darnold now to throw. That's down the field. He's got a royal. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Walker. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal.
Already know I got on go. Money calling, gotta go. You gotta go.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Touchdown! Zach Charbonnet. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Seahawks have got it back to within a score. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it all culminates with a Seattle score.
Jason Myers.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
The Rams offense and running back Kyron Williams getting ready for their next possession. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one. This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Back to throw, Stafford. And that's complete to Adams.
Finding space at the 40.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one goes for 24 yards.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Out of the gun, Stafford.
Finding Williams on the check down.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Now Stafford.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
53-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay a 4-point game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Seahawks offense has Sam Darnold headed back out there. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partners, a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
57 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right, because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Or any speed limits out there, and off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The extra point now coming from Myers. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. They made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown.
Jason Myers to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now Stafford. It's caught. Smith. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 30.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You brought with something to twitch there, partner, because I think he got the ball a little bit sooner. I mean, looked it in, defender was right on him.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get through as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, out there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, it's Williams. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Ernest Jones there for the tackle.
Sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They work now on 2nd and 9.
To throw is Stafford.
And this throw incomplete. Over in that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Adams, the man in motion left. From the gun on third down, Stafford. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Weak one there defensively.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee quietly as them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Here's Ethan Evans now.
Taken in at the 22. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Jackson Smith and Jigba and his offense ready to go once more here.
He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Now Darnold.
Outright to Smith and Jigba.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now it's Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route, and he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from adding another catch to his big start.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Darnold. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. L.A. readies for its next possession. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. A shotgun snap for Stafford.
Pass complete there to Nakua.
So leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Stafford.
Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Here's Stafford.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Stafford. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down. Stafford now to throw. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
This now a 3rd and 4.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now it's Stafford.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
A gain of 5. First down, Los Angeles.
Here's Stafford.
Slant to Adams.
The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. From the gun, here's Stafford.
That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end.
So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Throwing is Stafford. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And his kick is good. And that will tie things at 17 all. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So we are deadlocked at the break here, and the EA Sports Halftime Report starts now. Here's Scott Hansen.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Scott Hansen back with you in the studios in Orlando. We've got a close one, as we expected. No quarter given on either side. We are all tied up at the break. This one could go either way, so let's find out as they're ready for the third quarter kickoff. Send it back out to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two offenses, they have had their way so far. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. Well, the first half very even. I mean, really in all facets. This ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. A play fake, and it's Darnold. He'll find Shaheed out to the right.
My next teammate used me all the time. I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Darnold.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Darnold. Going up top for Cup. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Cooper Cup, 60 yards. And the Seahawks come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now Myers for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
121 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Ball on the 39. Here's second and a yard.
Smith will come in motion right.
Williams going to get it again on second down.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take in the contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
In motion right is Smith. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Now Stafford.
He'll get that complete to Parkinson.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and it's second down.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now 2nd and 9.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over above 50 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They'll run here with Corum.
And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good red zone run there, 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Williams is into the end zone. Touchdown, L.A.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it was capped off by the Kyron Williams touchdown run.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 24-yard line.
Darnold now to throw. Connecting with Kupp here on the out route.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
Back to throw, Darnold.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Straight ahead, Walker. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
2 yards on the big.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and 8.
They run again with Walker. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. To throw is Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they have regained the lead. So a response there to the touchdown of the opening drive of this third quarter as they're able to reclaim the lead.
And I think you'll take that because obviously you'd like to be able to match them touchdown for touchdown, but the first order of business was to get the lead back, and they've done that. Now you want to give a good pep talk to your defense to take it from there.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Rams offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. But as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
To throw is Stafford. And that's complete to Adams.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Second down and 4. Adams the man in motion right. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 174 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. They run it again with Williams. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line to battle up front and wing in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. They'll try the air now with Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he has to get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. He needed 2. He got 1. And that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
No move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They snap it to Stafford. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. A quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
They'll run it with Williams. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Here's Stafford. This is caught. Called out a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Williams is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Puka Nacua.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Rams have retaken a 3rd quarter lead.
And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Seahawks offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him. And he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
30-yard line.
2nd and 6.
Now it's Darnold.
Over the middle and complete to Shaheed.
22 yards there, a 1st down.
It's a gain of 22 yards. And the Seahawks, 1st down. 1st and 10.
what's even more impressive is that came against double coverage. He gashed them with that reception, even with the extra focus that he drew from the defense.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Now Darnold. And he taken in by Shaheed. And he's taken down inside the 30. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
That'll be caught. It's caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Cooper Kupp with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown at the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass.
Jason Myers.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10
at their own 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's caught here by Adams.
And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
Well, this offense hasn't been at their best here. They've made some mistakes. They've been frustrated. They've been largely shut down. But then you look up and say, wait a second, this is a one-score game. So they're still very much in this, and they're on the move here with a first down.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Stafford. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Williams.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
First down. A gain of 14. And the Rams.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8.
Stafford now to throw. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. Only able to gain a couple there. 3rd and 7 now.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Stafford. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams.
He's into space past the 25.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Corum now on 1st and 10.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. In motion, the tight end. Now Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Davante Adams. A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Rams have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Now the extra point.
For the extra point.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
A 10-play drive that time.
And Devontae Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Here's Darnold. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
That's good for the Seahawks. First down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Over the middle. That's hauled in by Cobb. So the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Rams' 42-yard line.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Trying the left side with Walker. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And Walker once more.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. He's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Sam Darnold, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks have regained the lead. Good decision to keep the football and some really good running to find the end zone.
And so much for scouting, because you know they went over this in practice on the defensive side, that you have to protect the edges in that RPO, that he may tuck it and keep it himself. Instead, he crashed down, and off he went.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. That time a 6-play drive, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards.
Jason Myers.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Rams offense, Devontae Adams set to take over once more. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show, as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Now it's Stafford. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Oh, able to avoid him. And able to get this out to the 25. Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And that, nearly picked off. But would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Now they'll send Adams in motion left.
Well, Stafford.
That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? From the 50, Stafford.
Pass complete there to Nakua.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Stafford looks to throw again.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
Will go down as a gain of 6. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 on the Seahawks 33-yard line.
Throwing is Stafford.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
I ain't going to scan downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Stafford.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Smith in motion right. They'll fake the jet sweep, but instead of give up the middle to Williams.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. And the slot man goes in motion left. Here's Stafford. And he's got his man on the out route. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
It's a big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Back to throw, Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Colby Parkinson.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Rams have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Now the try here for the point after. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field.
Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation, the catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
Darnold.
Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba.
At the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Play action. It's Darnold.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark it down at the 49. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Second down and 3.
Darnold now to throw.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker.
And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Seahawks, first down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Walker going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line.
And this is where the mental part of the game comes into play. Defense is out of timeouts. Just hold on to the football. No sense really trying to score. They should be able to run this one out.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road. But there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
And the 10-year vet knocks it to the goalpost. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
Jason Myers.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. Well, they had one final chance here on the kick return, but no chance on the other side that they were going to let him navigate all the way to the end zone, Charles. And that ends up being the final play in this one.
Yeah, you're right about that. Special teams coaches, they spend a lot of time working on these types of situations, and they go over every crazy possibility that can happen in this situation. They were able to cover successfully and end the game.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.